Okay, this is a quick introduction as to what exactly is pre-ejection period and how is it calculated. So pre-ejection period is the length of time that the blood is sitting in the left ventricle before it ejects the blood out of itself into the aorta, and then at which point then it gets passed on to the systemic system. And that systemic system contains all the rest of the body. This is the left ventricle's in charge of getting that oxygenated, clean blood that came from the lungs and pumping it through the rest of our body. So the left ventricle is the strongest chamber of the heart because it has the biggest, strongest job it has to do. And so this time, how much time the blood spends sitting in the left ventricle before it ejects is one of the best indices we have at this point of sympathetic activation. And it's an inverse index. So the shorter amount of time the blood is in this pre-ejection period phase, the higher sympathetic activation is thought to be engaged. So but it's a good index, it's just an inverse index, we have to remember that. So this is an image of the DZDT channel from some real data from the research that we've done. And this is the ECG channel, and it's been labeled. And then this is the PEP value itself, and I'll kind of explain. So what we need to look for, this is, the software will do this part for you, but the Q wave in the ECG signal is located and labeled, and the way Acknowledge labels it is QRS-O, which means that is the onset of the QRS complex. QRS complex includes the Q wave, the R spike, and the S wave here. And so this whole thing is the QRS complex. That's that kind of stereotypical visual spike you'll see in each person's ECG rhythm, the heartbeat there. And then the software will then locate the B point in the impedance, the derivative of the impedance signal. So that's located right here. So the software is finding the Q point in one channel, the ECG channel, and the B point in the ICG derivative channel here. And then what it's going to do is it's going to calculate the time between those two, and that's your PEP value. And so it's the time from the Q point in the ECG to the B point of the ICG. And then again, that kind of what that represents is the Q wave represents the start of electrical stimulation of the heart. So this is where the electrical signal is sent to get ready to contract and spit the blood out. And then the B point represents when the aortic valve actually opens, when that's the end of the pre-ejection phase, when actual ejection starts happening. So the PEP is measuring the time from when the electrical message is sent to contract to when the aorta actually opens. And this is the best index we have of sympathetic activation.